let's talk scalability. In terms of production, it's a major hurdle. And so talk to us about the potential solutions or trends that could solve this problem. Nicolas, can we start with you?
Yeah, maybe I think so. It was previously discussed by Dr. Sorensen, but one of the way is to have a continuous or fed batch production. So this is a way, but that is very inherent to any kind of biologics. Another way is rather to use maybe primary cells, especially for the regenerative medicine space, but to rely much more on stable cell lines, so either to work from iPSC cells or immortalized MSCs. That can be, by comparison, so you cannot work with immortalized stem cells as a product, but to produce exosomes, this is really a good strategy, as you do not transfer any oncologic elements inside the product. What we are doing here at EVerZom is we have developed to increase yield and scalability. We have developed a new technology, a new manufacturing technology that relies on turbulence stimulation. So we apply shear stress. It's a bio-inspire. We wanted to mimic physiological stress inside the blood vessels. And we started in microfluidic chips. We adapted it into CGMP compliant bioreactor. And with this turbulence technology, we can produce 10 more EVs in 10 less time. So this is one of the way as well to really increase the scalability of this kind of development. Our technology is versatile to 15 cell types already. So this is early proof of concept, but we really know that for any cell types, we can really increase the yields. And so when you increase the yield, you need less high scale if you want to move to clinics and if you want to have commercial installation. So I think working as well on innovative other technology, engineer the cell lines or other physical method can really work as well to increase scalability of this new therapeutic platform.
Okay. Dr. Mari and Benny, I'd like to address what you feel are the most difficult scalability challenges, whether that be production volume, purity, variability, what have you. What are your thoughts on the actual most difficult scalability challenges?
I'm happy to start, and then Dr. Mari can take over. I'd like to say that I don't think that the difficulties are such that we can't manage them. But hopefully, what we're actually seeing is that, we are standing just in front of an enormous kind of revolution and expansion in the use of exosome therapeutics. So just the pure volume of drug is going to be extremely important, I think. And I think it was nicely discussed by Nicolas here that, there's really another component in the entire manufacturing that shouldn't be subject to some additional kind of refinement and optimization. I think all the way from, the cell lines to the upstream processes to the downstream processes is really what eventually, all of those are, adjustable. And you can kind of look historically at other biologics. Back in the very, very first days of manufacturing monoclonal antibodies, the yield was kind of, very low. But look at what has happened with technological advancement and refinements over time. Now you can produce an enormous amount of that in very, very, very small volumes. And I think we will see, and I'm kind of quoting, Konstantin Konstantinov, the chief technology officer at Codiak, it's just an engineering challenge. It's just a matter of time before we can, make these kind of multiples of 5s and 10s and 20s that will generate, significant kind of improvement in the overall yield. So I think that, all the technological kind of tools are there. It's about now applying smart science and then resources to actually make that happen.
Thanks. Okay, Dr. Murray, what are your thoughts?
Yes, I think that for Organicell, we have definitely looked into the noble source of these EVs, and that is why we were able to transition so fast. Nevertheless, our projects with scalability for the products that are based in self-derived are really growing fast. So I'm so sorry. So I think as both panelists are saying, I don't think it is a problem to see anymore. Organicell is actually moving into a larger manufacturing facility now, looking at how we better improve that and making sure that that we can produce a better source of EVs or a more constant source of EVs. So I think the whole industry is moving along pretty good.